Hi, my name is Nora Jost. I'm a Cushing's disease survivor. Friendly reminder that I am not a medical professional. I'm simply telling you about my own experiences. If you're looking for a medical professional, you've come to the wrong place. Okay, so today we're going to talk about where I'm at now since surgery. I'm 4 months post-op. So this is I'm like a few days shy of 4 months post-op. So this is my 4-month post-op check-in and what's going on, how am I, where am I at. I've lost not a lot of weight. I've lost about 7 pounds. The difference in me though is tremendous. I look very different. My stomach is less bloated, my hair is better, my lump is down, I look better. But again, I'm only down 7 pounds. How am I eating? Not fantastic. I don't have a fantastic appetite. I am eating breakfast and dinner, and usually not a ton of dinner. But I try to eat a minimum of 1,200 calories a day. So if I'm really not haven't eaten anything, I'll have a spoonful of peanut butter or something at the end of the day, something protein heavy. I'm staying mostly dairy-free, low sugar, low carbs. I'm not gonna go completely dairy-free, sugar-free, carb-free, because I feel like I'm not just gonna eat broccoli for every meal. I'm not gonna do it. Unless my doctor was like, only broccoli for you, but unless he tells me to, I'm just not gonna do that. So I'm eating what I would consider healthy foods, but I don't think quite enough yet, but I'm working towards that. I've started to be able to work out. Workout is maybe a big word for it, but I can walk on the elliptical for about 30 to 35 minutes a day, which gets me about a mile at a slow pace. So that might not be huge for some of you. For me, it's a really big deal. I've also done a little bit of weightlifting. They're 1 pound. They're tiny. But it's just about getting into that routine. A lot of people go back to work quick. I'm not one of those people. I did lose my job because of the pandemic, and I was a nanny before. So I had to apply, and the idea of applying, I just felt like I wasn't ready. So now about 4 months, I felt about 2 weeks ago I was ready to start doing that. So I'm starting to get my resumes together, working towards getting a job, etc. Hoping by the new year that's all figured out. So sleeping, how is sleeping going? I'm tapering, so it makes it a little harder. The video after this will go into tapering a little bit better. But the biggest thing is that I mostly sleep 8 to 12 hours, and I need the sleep, I really do. You have to listen to your body, you have to take it easy, you can't push yourself too hard, don't overexert yourself. Where are my cortisol levels at? I've had a couple scares of feeling it wasn't a success. One thing I learned is that Mary Jane can raise or lower your cortisol levels. So I did have one where I was at 19. I was like, oh my god, it wasn't a success. That's right on the cusp. So then I was like, oh wait, I had some Mary Jane close to that. So I stopped it entirely, even though it was helping my leg pain and all that kind of stuff. And then mine went down to, after I had done some tapering, down to 6. So my cortisol level is now at 6, which means it's functioning, but it could be a little bit higher. I've had it around 8, 18. I was cyclical, it still fluctuates, but it's in the normal range, which is fantastic. I feel better. I feel the biggest thing that I've noticed is my mood. I'm calmer. I feel I can deal with things better. I can handle situations more. I feel less I'm gonna explode all the time. I think I'm nicer. I do see a therapist though, and I would recommend that for everybody. You're going through a very traumatic thing with the surgery, with Cushing's and everything, and it doesn't hurt to just spend a little bit of time focusing on your mental health. Truly, you deserve it. Put aside an hour a week to do that. It's important. So yeah, I feel really good about the fact that I'm seeing a therapist. I think it's been really helpful, and she helps me with I do still have anxiety and imposter syndrome when it comes to this disease, because it's something where it took so long to get diagnosed. So when I'm doing better, I'm well, maybe the disease never existed, even though I literally had a tumor pulled out of my freaking brain. So overall, way better. My relationships are flourishing. My friendships are doing really well. I feel I can do some activities. I was able to attend a party, and I was able to do that pretty much okay. I'm able to go on some walks and do an event or two. But again, I listen to my body. When I'm tired, I go to sleep. The pain level. The pain level is, I would say a 4 at this point. It's not that bad. I did have muscle relaxers that I would take sometimes. Now that I'm on a way less dose of the hydrocortisone, and again, if you're why are you on a less dose, there's a video about tapering that is coming out, and you can learn a lot more about it there. But the pain level it can be rough. TENS machines have been helpful. Putting your legs on pillows at night that's helpful. I have a wrist guard. The wrist pain was high. My body pain has chilled out. I do get really tough headaches whenever I have like a big event day. Like for example, if I like need to get ready and go out and do an event and like communicate with people and answer my emails, and like sometimes it's too much and I get a headache, and it's because I've kind of for me a headache is kind of like the sign that I've overexerted myself and then I need to chill out a little bit and relax and like take a breather. I still have insomnia on occasion, although it's much better. CBD is like very, very helpful for me. Really hot baths is helpful. The worst thing is that I still have my period every day. So that's where I'm at. 4 months, and the reason I know my surgery was a success is because I have had in the normal range cortisol levels all 4 months. My cortisol is down to 6, which is fantastic, and because of the physical changes. And I'm gonna just post some photos of the physical changes as well on here. So yeah, that's where I'm at now. I'm feeling pretty good.